Oh, well, hey, hello, friends. Mark Holmes here with my buddy Cowboy Joe Boo. And as always, thank you guys for watching, commenting, and subscribing to the Joe Boo Sports Report because without you guys, this just would not work. And here we are, less than 48 hours away from taking on the Seattle Seahawks, which, in my mind, is a playoff game. Playoffs? You're talking about playoffs? Yeah, we're talking about playoffs. Now, before I get to that, James Smith, thank you. Daniel Larry's, thank you very much for the donation. You guys are entered along with everybody else for our drawing. And I'm going to have to get a bowl to put these in to do the drawing here for the Jay Novacek autographed helmet. 3-time Super Bowl winning Jay Novacek. Okay, so we got the Seattle Seahawks on tap. Thank God we're not playing them in Seattle because Seattle has something we don't have. And that is a home field advantage. And I don't know, friends, if you've ever been to Seattle. You won't sleep much because you're drinking tons of coffee. But if you go to that stadium was designed to make the sound reverberate back in, much like an opera house. And I remember a friend of mine telling me, when you go there, take some earplugs. He said, it is so loud, you will not hear a thing. And that's the truth. Because literally, my wife, for once in my lifetime, I could actually yell at my wife and not get in trouble. Because she's sitting right beside me, and I'm literally hands cupped, and I'm screaming, Tracy! And you can't hear me. I could have said anything I wanted that day in that stadium because it was literally that loud. When I left the stadium, my body was still shaking. You don't want to play there in Seattle. Unlike being in Dallas, when you go to the games, you see the 3 or 4 guys that are dressed up in the cowboy gear and stuff out there, and they're saying, make some noise, make some noise. And they got the little decibel measurement on there. Sorry. It's weak. It's non-existent. Teams don't go to Dallas to fear Dallas. People go there to say, damn, look at me on the Jumbotron up there running and getting that touchdown. Because unfortunately, the rabid fans that scare the piss out of you, they can't afford to get down to the good seats down there to get close to the other team and scare them. We're either at the party pass, drunk, passed out, we're outside watching on the Jumbotron, or we're up in the nosebleed seats. So we don't really have a home field advantage. Which is sad, because being the most popular team, the most revenue-generating team, you would think that we would have a home field advantage, but sadly we don't. Something else Seattle has too, and I know I'm beating a dead horse because it won't change, but I still want to have the information out there to keep it in our forefront of my mind because it's driving me crazy when I hear people say, well, if we miss the playoffs and end up 10-6, it still was a good season. What? Are you kidding me? Have we lost a generation of fans that believe just having a winning season is okay? I'm old school. All I knew growing up was the Dallas Cowboys going for Super Bowls. And if you didn't get to the Super Bowl, then it was a lost season. But now we got people that are satisfied that, hey, we might get 10 victories. We'll miss the playoffs, but it's okay. It was a good season. F that. F that. If you don't get to a Super Bowl and win it, then it was not a success. That's what you're measured on. Over here, all these seat cushions, Super Bowl champions. That makes a winning, great season. Not just saying moral victories, 10-6. But here's something that's an amazing statistic that we can't rely on. Do you know that the Seattle Seahawks since 2012, 47 times they've had a lead of 4 points or more? And 47 times they've been victorious. Amazing statistic. When they get a lead, they don't lose it. They don't lose games like that. I wish I could say the same for our Dallas Cowboys. And I know people will say, oh, well, it's Dak Prescott, or it's an injured player. We didn't have Tyron Smith, or we didn't have Sean Lee. Seattle has lost the whole Legion of Boom. Seattle's had Russell Wilson last year on one leg. Why is it that we always find excuses in Dallas instead of holding people accountable? Why are we just satisfied with mediocrity? I'm not. I want more. I want a lot more. I want to be at the Super Bowl reporting on the Dallas Cowboys. I'm tired of talking about the New England Patriots every year, or the Green Bay Packers, or the Pittsburgh Steelers, or Peyton Manning, or even Eli Manning, or hell, even seeing the frickin' Eagles go to a Super Bowl. And yet, here we are, hoping for breadcrumbs instead of sipping champagne. We're favored by 5 points at home, which is surprising since we've lost 4 games at home this season against a good Seattle team. With both teams, it's a playoff game. Whoever loses this game is out. No hope, no chance. Out of here. Pack your bags, get your golf clubs. It's the off season. The team that wins will still have the opportunity and still have hope going into the last week. So, friends, this is playoffs. I'm hoping with Zeke Elliott back, we get a good boost and we get a good game. And maybe we'll get some luck from a Tampa Bay. Maybe we'll get some luck from a Bengals team. Who knows? But all we know is if we don't win our game, it doesn't matter what anybody else does. So I'm happy as can be because it's almost Christmas. I'm done working till after Christmas. And my daughter is actually here at the house, and along with my son and the dogs and everybody. So we're about to run out and do a few things, and we will be